Hello students, welcome at Educare. This is Bihani and we are in this chemistry session. We'll see about the chemical bonding in its introductory part. Do you know atom is the smallest particle as suggested or given by Dalton theory. But in Dalton's theory it was given atom is indivisible, that was corrected by Rutherford on the basis of alpha ray scattering experiment. And then the first scientist was Avogadro, who had shown that atoms combine to give molecule. The term molecule was used first time by Avogadro. First we'll see why atoms combine. Remember, individual atoms, they are not stable, and always the system try to get stability. Means individual atoms except inert gaseous atoms, they are unstable, and therefore atoms try to get stability by combining themselves to form the molecules. They combine according to their valency. What is valency? That is the combining capacity we have seen in previous video. That is, one atom of the element can combine with how many other atoms. As we know, for example, hydrogen valency 1, oxygen 2, carbon 4, sodium 1, chlorine 1 and dash dash etc. These are the respective valencies of those elements and they represent their combining power or capacity. So, one atom of an element can combine with how many other atoms? That number we know is called as valency, and that related with chemical bonding. For example, in the methane CH4 formula, we know according to structure, one carbon is joined with 4 hydrogen atom, therefore carbon's valence is 4, but each hydrogen joined with 1 carbon and hence hydrogen valence is 1. Next, we will see octet rule and its limitations. According to this rule, every atom during formation of a chemical compound, for the formation of chemical bond, it donates or accepts or shares number of electrons so as to form in the last cell 8 electrons. So 8 electrons correspond to octet. If you take example, formation of sodium chloride, in which first sodium Na plus ion is formed and chloride Cl minus ion is formed, their last cell contain 8 electrons after donating and accepting electron. Sodium donates electron to chlorine, but after donation, sodium has 8 electrons in outermost cell and chlorine also. So this is the octet rule. Not only in the ionic bond or in the donation or acceptance of electron, but when the covalent bond is formed by mutual sharing of pair of electron, there also it is given preference to form octet rule. But octet rule has limitations. It is not perfect. It has the limitation like limited octet and expanded octet. For example, in beryllium difluoride, beryllium is joined with 2 fluorine atoms and it is surrounded by 4 electrons, which is less than octet. But in phosphorus pentachloride, 1 phosphorus joined with 5 chlorine atoms, so phosphorus here surrounded by 10 electron, that is greater than 8. Still octet rule fails and molecule possible, so that is its limitation. So stability is here obtained by octet and sometime by duplet. For the smaller atoms like hydrogen, for example, H2 molecule is formed, there is HH covalent bond, and in that HH covalent bond, it is only 2 electrons. So it is not only octet but also duplet, that is get formed. Now we'll define chemical bond. What is actual chemical bond? The definition of chemical bond is the force of attraction between the various atoms or ions in a molecule or in an ion, that is called chemical bond. For example, in water there are such 2 OH bonds. For example, in ammonia there are such 3 NH bond. For example, in sodium chloride there is such ionic bond between positive sodium ion and negative chloride ion. So chemical bond also present, remember, in the ion like this OH minus. hydroxy ion that contain the bond between oxygen and hydrogen. So chemical bond is nothing but a kind of force of attraction between the various constituents present in that molecule or ion. Constituent, they are generally atoms or ions. Three main types of chemical bond there. One that called as ionic bond, which is also called as electrovalent bond. Second that called as covalent bond. It is also called as molecular bond or atomic bond. And the last that called as coordinate bond. Coordinate bond is a special type of covalent bond. And coordinate bond is also called as dative bond. Then there are other types of chemical bond also. They are, for example, van der Waals forces, London forces, dipole-dipole attraction. Then there is a special bond present in metal that called as metallic bond. So this is the brief idea about the different chemical bonding. We will continue in the next session for the remaining part, that is in part 2 of our chemical bonding. If you like this video, share with your friends. Also subscribe to our channel. Thanks.